Steelers Nation, listen up. We've got 6 major updates today that could change the entire quarterback future in Pittsburgh. From Aaron Rodgers' shocking retirement buzz to the hunt for a true day one starter in the draft, the news is moving fast, and every piece matters. These aren't just rumors. This is the stuff that could shape the Steelers' next season and beyond. You don't want to miss a single detail, so stay with me till the end. The Pittsburgh Steelers are once again at a crossroads when it comes to the quarterback position. After a roller coaster stretch of performances, the biggest question facing the franchise is simple. Who will be under center next season? Right now, there's growing speculation that Aaron Rodgers, who many thought could give the Steelers stability, may not be around much longer. Retirement rumors are louder than ever, and if Rodgers does indeed hang it up, Pittsburgh will be back to square one, searching for their next leader of the offense. That possibility creates urgency. The Steelers can't afford to waste the prime years of their roster waiting for answers at quarterback. This is a team built on toughness, defense, and a strong run game. What they're missing is that reliable day one starter who can step in immediately, command the huddle, and give the offense consistency from the very first snap. And Steelers Nation, before we dive deeper into what this means for the NFL draft and the options available, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It's the best way to stay updated on every big Steelers story as it breaks. Now, back to the quarterback conversation. Pittsburgh knows the AFC is loaded with elite quarterbacks. To compete with teams like Kansas City, Buffalo, and Cincinnati, they can't be average at the most important position in the game. That's why this offseason could be one of the most important in recent history. Whether it's through the draft or another bold move, the Steelers may need to find their next franchise quarterback sooner rather than later. The future of this team, and their shot at another Lombardi, depends on it. The conversation around the Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback future is heating up, and one name is quickly moving to the top of the list: Simpson from Alabama. Simpson has been one of the most surprising breakout quarterbacks in college football this season. What makes him stand out isn't just the numbers, though those are impressive, but the way he plays the game. He's completing close to 70% of his passes, has yet to throw an interception, and is producing both through the air and on the ground. But beyond the stats, Simpson is doing it all in a pro-style system, something NFL evaluators pay close attention to. At Alabama, Simpson is asked to go through full-field progression reads, something many college quarterbacks never master. He shows sharp mental processing, strong footwork, and the ability to step up in the pocket while still delivering throws with anticipation over the middle. That's exactly the kind of skill set teams look for in a quarterback who can start early in his NFL career. And here's where it connects directly to Pittsburgh. Under new offensive coordinator Arthur Smith, the Steelers want a quarterback who can thrive under center, work play action, and execute in a balanced offense. Simpson may already be the most comfortable SEC quarterback when it comes to operating under center, which makes him an ideal schematic fit. Some scouts believe if a bigger name prospect were putting up Simpson's production in Alabama's system, they'd already be labeled the clear #1 pick. Yet because this is his first full year as a starter, he's still flying under the radar. If his strong play continues, though, he could very well hear his name called in the first round, and the Steelers should absolutely be watching closely. The Pittsburgh Steelers continue to explore every possible quarterback option for the future, and one name that keeps surfacing is Garrett Nussmeier out of LSU. Nussmeier is an interesting case because of his journey. He's a redshirt senior, a bit older than most of the other prospects, and he had to wait several years before finally getting a shot as a full-time starter. Last season, he delivered one of his best years at LSU, showing flashes of what he could be at the next level. But in 2024, his play has dipped, leaving scouts with more questions than answers. Now, let's talk about the positives. Nussmeier does see the game like a professional quarterback. He has the ability to read the entire field and make progression reads, something that gives him an edge over a lot of college passers. He's also sharp before the snap, diagnosing defensive looks and adjusting accordingly. On top of that, he's been using advanced Cognilis VR training technology, a tool that's already helped quarterbacks like Jaden Daniels develop. That could be a bonus for whichever NFL team drafts him. But here's where the concerns come in. Too often, Nussmeier tends to predetermine his throws based on what he sees pre-snap. That can lead to risky decisions when defenses disguise their coverages. His post-snap processing just isn't where it needs to be right now. Add to that a noticeable decline in his deep ball accuracy, and that's especially concerning for a team like Pittsburgh, where Arthur Smith's offense relies on play action and the ability to attack vertically down the field. So where does that leave him? Nussmeier is still a potential NFL starter with real talent, but unless he cleans up those decision-making habits and improves his consistency throwing deep, he may slide further down draft boards than many expected. The Steelers' search for their next quarterback has put the spotlight on a number of college prospects, and one of the most polarizing names in this draft class is Drew Allar from Penn State. Allar entered college football as one of the most highly touted quarterbacks in the nation. He's got the size, the physical tools, and a cannon for an arm that looks tailor-made for the NFL. When he's at his best, the flashes are undeniable. We've seen him make highlight throws, like that deep touchdown against Oregon, that very few college quarterbacks can deliver. But the problem is consistency, especially against the best competition. Too often, Allar has disappeared in big games, and when the pressure rises, mistakes have followed. A prime example was the Oregon game. After showing poise late in the fourth quarter, he threw a costly interception in overtime. Those kinds of moments raise questions about whether he can truly be the guy to lead a franchise like Pittsburgh into the postseason. Turnovers in critical situations have been a recurring issue, and Allar hasn't yet shown the ability to step up and win marquee matchups. And for a Steelers team that expects to be playing in high-pressure, nationally televised games, that's a big concern. That said, it's way too early to write him off. Allar still has elite arm talent, and his physical profile matches what NFL scouts look for. If he can finish the season strong, put together a stretch of consistent play, and show he can handle big stages, he could climb back into round one conversations, similar to how C.J. Stroud boosted his draft stock with a late surge. Right now, though, the reality is this. Drew Allar looks more like a day 2 pick than a surefire first-rounder. The Pittsburgh Steelers are heading into one of the most important draft seasons in recent memory, and the quarterback position is front and center. If this team is going to compete in the AFC North and beyond, the front office has to find a signal caller who not only has talent, but also fits the identity of Arthur Smith's offense. So what exactly are the key factors the Steelers will be evaluating in this quarterback class? First and foremost, the ability to play under center. Arthur Smith's offense leans heavily on traditional sets, using play-action and timing-based throws. A lot of college quarterbacks live in shotgun formations, but the Steelers need someone who's comfortable under center, handling reads, and executing that pro-style rhythm. Second, deep ball accuracy is non-negotiable. This offense is built around pounding the football on the ground and then striking vertically off play-action. If the quarterback can't hit receivers down the field with precision, defenses will stack the box and choke out the running game. Third, decision-making under pressure. In Pittsburgh, quarterbacks face tough defenses every week, from the Ravens to the Bengals to the Browns. A Steelers quarterback has to keep his composure when the pocket collapses, avoid turnovers, and make smart throws in the biggest moments. Finally, there's the balance between growth potential and immediate readiness. Do the Steelers draft a polished quarterback who can start on day one? Or do they take a raw, high-upside talent who needs time to develop behind a veteran? That decision could define the franchise's direction for years. At the end of the day, it's not just about arm strength or flashy highlights. For Pittsburgh, the right quarterback has to combine toughness, discipline, and a skill set that matches Arthur Smith's offensive vision. Steelers Nation, the great quarterback debate is heating up, and fans are drawing their battle lines as the 2026 NFL Draft approaches. After years of uncertainty at the position, Pittsburgh is staring down a massive decision that could define the franchise for the next decade. Right now, the conversation centers around 3 names. First, you have the Simpson supporters. This group wants a quarterback who looks NFL-ready from day one. Simpson's comfort in a pro-style system, his ability to play under center, and his poise against SEC defenses make him a natural fit for Arthur Smith's offense. If the Steelers want a polished starter immediately, Simpson feels like the safe bet. Then there are the Garrett Nussmeier believers. Fans in this camp point to his football IQ, his pre-snap recognition, and his experience running full-field progressions. Add in the cutting-edge VR training technology he's been using, and the upside is intriguing. The concern? His tendency to predetermine throws and a dip in deep ball accuracy. Still, some see him as the smartest quarterback in this draft class. And finally, the Drew Allar backers. They're betting on raw arm talent and long-term growth. Sure, Allar has been inconsistent against top competition and has yet to prove he can win the biggest games. But when you watch him unleash a perfect deep strike, you see why scouts remain fascinated. He might not be ready on day one, but the ceiling is undeniably high. So here we are, 3 quarterbacks, 3 different paths forward. The Steelers need to decide whether to prioritize immediate stability, processing, and upside, or long-term potential. The question remains, which quarterback should Pittsburgh target in the 2026 NFL Draft?